Reacher Season 2 is making a major change, but how will it affect the series? Season 1 of Prime Video's adaptation of Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels, titled Reacher, was a hit among viewers. The season was based on the author's first novel of the series, Killing Floor, and followed the titular character, played by Alan Ritchson, as he embarked on a quest for vengeance and justice after finding his brother murdered in the town of Margrave, Georgia. A retired military police investigator, Reacher's mission for the truth reveals a deep-rooted conspiracy involving the powerful Kilner Foundation. In the season finale, Reacher, after achieving his objective, moves away from Margrave despite his romance with Roscoe Conklin from the Margrave Police Department. The success of the first season meant that Reacher was soon renewed for its second season. Veering off the path of the source novels, Reacher Season 2 will not be an adaptation of Child's second Jack Reacher book. Instead, the new season has jumped ahead to the 11th novel. While the decision is somewhat surprising, the novel does carry enough material to make a rich story and allows more freedom for the adaptation. Despite the success of the first season, the second season will take a different path. It has been reported that the new season will be significantly different from its predecessor, carrying changes that may alter the series as a whole. Showrunner Nick Santora has maintained that the series is not strictly tied to its source material, allowing the adaptation to make creative changes to the narrative. Santora's claims are evidenced by the fact that Season 2 will focus on bad luck and trouble instead of Lee Child's second Reacher novel, Die Trying. Season 2 will see Reacher team up with Francis Neagley as the duo set out on a mission to investigate the deaths of their former team members. The investigation, keeping with the essence of the series, reveals buried secrets and conspiracy that Reacher works to unravel. The season will also introduce viewers to new characters, while certain members from Season 1, such as Roscoe Conklin and Oscar Finley, will reportedly not be reprising their roles in the new season. Characters from Reacher's military past are set to feature in Season 2. They will include Josh Blacker as Lieutenant Colonel Hortense Fields, Luke Billick as Calvin Franz, and Dean McKenzie as Stan Lowry. Exercising the freedom that comes with adaptations, Reacher Season 2 will also include the characters of Guy Russo, played by Dominic Lombardozzi, and Shane Langston, played by Robert Patrick. Both characters are not a part of the source novel. The change in Season 2, with its omission of characters from Season 1, the introduction of totally new characters, and the decision to jump ahead 10 books, no doubt carries a few important changes. However, the most significant change in Season 2 will be the fact that the new season will see friends becoming enemies. Characters and institutions that supported Reacher in his quest for justice in Season 1 will be what Reacher fights against in Season 2. Law enforcement, specifically the police, will no longer be Reacher's ally in the second season. Season 1 saw Reacher heavily rely on the support of the local police and their resources. The police were portrayed as inherently good, with both Roscoe and Finley being instrumental in Reacher's mission for justice. However, the new season spins this trope on its head. Since its debut, Amazon's Reacher has captivated audiences with its gritty action, faithful adaptation of Lee Child's iconic books, and Alan Ritchson's powerhouse performance as the hulking, justice-seeking Jack Reacher. Fans of the books and show alike were thrilled to see how closely the first season followed Child's Killing Floor, the inaugural novel in the series. However, as news about Reacher Season 2 starts to surface, it's clear that a major change is on the horizon, one that may shift the tone and structure of the series. This time, the show is set to jump ahead, skipping several books in the Jack Reacher series to adapt Bad Luck and Trouble, the 11th novel in the series. This decision to deviate from a linear progression in favor of jumping to a later book may have significant implications for the show, its characters, and the overall experience for fans. So, what exactly does this major change entail, and how will it impact the show moving forward? The decision to adapt Bad Luck and Trouble at first glance, skipping a decade's worth of books, might seem like a risky move. After all, fans of the Jack Reacher novels are accustomed to following the characters' adventures in chronological order. Bad Luck and Trouble, released in 2007, takes place much later in Reacher's journey than Killing Floor. In the book, Reacher is contacted by his former military comrades after one of their own is brutally murdered, leading him to reunite with his old unit for the first time in years. This narrative brings with it a significant shift in tone and structure. Bad Luck and Trouble is far more personal for Reacher than the solo investigations that have made up the bulk of his adventures. Instead of wandering into a new town and solving a local mystery, Reacher's journey in Bad Luck and Trouble is driven by loyalty, friendship, and a desire to avenge his fallen comrades. The story delves into his past as a military police major, something that hasn't been explored deeply in the show so far. Viewers will likely see a more emotional and introspective side of Reacher, as his actions are not only motivated by his sense of justice, but also by his strong ties to his former team. Potential impacts on Reacher's character development. One of the key ways this shift could affect Reacher Season 2 is in the development of Jack Reacher's character. In the first season, Reacher is portrayed as a lone wolf, a drifter who prefers his own company and is unencumbered by lasting personal relationships. However, by introducing Bad Luck and Trouble, the show will challenge that perception of Reacher. In the book, Reacher's bond with his former unit reveals that, despite his rough exterior, he's capable of deep, lasting connections. The team, which includes characters like Francis Neagley, plays a crucial role in showcasing a more vulnerable and human side of Reacher. We see that while he may roam the country aimlessly now, he once had people who relied on him, who he trusted with his life. This could be an opportunity for the show to give Richardson's Reacher more emotional depth, peeling back layers of his solitary nature to explore the lasting impact of his military career. For viewers who enjoyed Reacher's stoic, no-nonsense persona in Season 1, this could be an exciting development. But it also presents a potential challenge, striking the right balance between maintaining the hardened, action-focused Reacher that fans love and allowing him to show vulnerability in a way that feels authentic to the character. The ensemble cast and team dynamics. Another significant change that Season 2 will introduce is a stronger emphasis on teamwork and group dynamics. The first season centered almost entirely on Reacher, with a few key supporting characters like Roscoe and Finley helping him along the way. But in Bad Luck and Trouble, Reacher is no longer the sole focus of the narrative. His former unit plays a pivotal role in the plot, and their history together is essential to understanding the stakes of the story. This shift toward an ensemble cast may change the pacing and structure of the show. Reacher will still be the central figure, but his interactions with his old comrades, especially Neagley, will bring a new dynamic to the series. The unit's shared history will likely be explored through flashbacks, adding layers to the story and potentially slowing down the action to make room for character development. This could appeal to fans who crave a more nuanced, character-driven approach, but it may risk alienating viewers who tuned in primarily for the action-packed sequences of Season 1. Maintaining the show's identity, the biggest question surrounding this change is whether Reacher can maintain the same tone and identity that made it such a success in its first season. Reacher's Season 1 was celebrated for its straightforward storytelling, brutal fight scenes, and Alan Ritchson's imposing physicality in the role. By switching to a more complex, emotionally driven plotline with Bad Luck and Trouble, the show will need to carefully balance its trademark intensity with the new emotional stakes. That said, if done well, this change could elevate the show by giving viewers a deeper look into Reacher's psyche, his past,